Happy Sunday, everyone. I want to really quick, just before we start, say Happy Mother's Day to all mothers and mother-like figures in the lives of the students in our classroom because you guys make such a difference in their lives. And so, Happy Mother's Day.
I'm so excited!
I'm making this weekly video a little different than how it normally is, simply because we have a lot of scheduled things to talk about in the week coming after this next one. So I'm starting to talk about it now because this is our last normal week before the schedule changes just a little bit. So this is a normal week, just like last week. You guys have morning meeting with me tomorrow, and then the rest of the week we're going to be doing geometry and math. We're going to keep doing our language arts and our reading groups. And then in science, we're going to be doing the rock cycle.
Science, yeah!
But next week on Monday, we will not have morning meeting because next week on Monday, we are starting our SOL schedule. So I wanted to go over how that schedule is going to look and make sure that we can start getting ahead of any questions that anybody might have.
That makes sense to me.
Before I dive into the details of the schedule, I just want to remind you guys that this test should not be stressful. Yes, they are big tests, as in they are large amounts of questions and they take a long time and they have a lot of specific rules, but they shouldn't be stressful to you because this test determines nothing about your future. Absolutely nothing about your future. This test simply shows us how much you have learned and retained throughout this year to better help me teach next year. This has nothing to do with you passing the 5th grade. Nothing at all. Okay, so just do your best so I have the best data I can to work with improving my teaching skill and improving our 5th grade curriculum. But don't stress about it so that it gives you anxiety or anything. This test is not something to be stressed about. You will go to middle school no matter how you do on these tests, okay? All right, so let's start talking about Monday. Okay, so our SOL schedule. When the students come into school, they'll be coming in on different days. So we won't have all the class with us at once on those days. Testing days are simply half the class at a time. For example, on our first Monday, a week from tomorrow, May 17th, we're going to have our virtual group only be coming into the school building. You have to come into the school building and you'll be coming in on that Monday and we'll be taking the test with just our virtual friends. It'll be me in the room with you and Miss Kilbride, and we'll be testing with your class and her 5 virtual students in the room. And that's how it'll be every time you guys come in. It'll be us 2 helping you guys through the day. When you're done with the test, we'll maybe play some review games and do some brain break activities because there's no need to stress yourselves out after you have taken a very large test. Okay, so while my Group A kids, my virtual kids, are taking the test with us in the room, my Group B kids are doing what they normally do on a Monday. They're asynchronous work. You have work still. You will still have work on those days.
That is brand new information!
Yes. Okay. So my Group B friends are doing their async work. My Group A friends are with me in the building. Then on Tuesday, we flip-flop them. So my Group A friends are going to treat that Tuesday like a normal asynchronous Monday. You guys are going to be doing asynchronous work for the 3 subjects on Tuesday because you already took your test. And my B group friends, my hybrid friends, you guys will be taking the test with me and Miss Glaive in our room on Tuesday. And we'll be taking it at the school building when you get there. And it'll just be us. We won't have the owl on or anything like that. It'll just be us in the room taking our test. Okay, so we're obviously starting with our reading test, as you can see on this schedule. The next week after that, you'll notice is our science test. So once we get through rocks, these next 2 weeks, we're moving right into the science test. And so it's going to be the same routine with Monday and Tuesday, Monday being the virtual kids, Tuesday being the hybrid kids. Then we have a week off, no tests. That week actually isn't even listed on the schedule because it's not a part of the schedule. But the week of May 31st, the week of Memorial Day, we do not have a SOL test that day. And that's because Monday is not a school day. So we're not having any tests that week. Then on Monday, June 7th, that is when we'll be taking our math test. I know that is now the last week of school because you guys are done on Thursday, June 10th. Officially, end of school. Thursday, June 10th is the last day of school. And so we'll be taking our last test that last week until we hear from Mr. Mackey anything differently. But it's important to notice that in that last week, the days are flipped. So Monday will be my hybrid kids coming into the building, and Tuesday will be my virtual kids coming into the building. But that's the only thing that changes. Everything else stays exactly the same. We'll still be doing the same things after you finish, and it still shouldn't be a stressful or overly long day. All right, so that is our schedule for the next weeks after this next one. This next week, like I said, this week, the week of the 10th, this week is a normal week. This is not this week. This week is a normal week. I'm showing you the schedule to start preparing you for next week. All right, friends? All right. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow for morning meeting. Bye.